Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Valoria goes left. Valoria flips it up and in! Corner Lamar, but Lamar gets the step and the finish. Hail Mary. June Manzo will fire. Oh my goodness! June Manzo all the way from Serrano, Bebuelo, Serrano with the basket. Fuentes, no hesitation, gets it to go. No! Obisto, yeah! Jason Obisto with a putback!
Ito ang Liga na Bawat Pilipino. This is the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, now on its 7th season. It's day 6 ng ating panibagong kampanya dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. And so far, so good para kay Muscleman Vic Manuel as he led the Pangasinan Heatwaves to a home debut win last Monday. He is back in action here at the Binyan Sports Arena. Kasama niya, makakalaban niya. Ito si R.R. De Leon and the Bulacan Kuyas. The Kuyas are coming off a loss to the Quezon City Galleries Taipan nung Tuesday. Ngayon, ito po ang ating slate nitong Friday. Alonte Sports Arena tayo. Pangasinan laban sa Bulacan. Abra looking for their second win, taking on the Marikina Shoemasters. And in the 8 p.m. game, it's Binyan against Mindoro. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, si Dev Tupas, kasama si Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, so glad to be working with you for the first time this season.
Yeah.
Kamusta ka naman?
Ayos naman. I'm very looking forward to the games again.
Oo, malapit ka lang dito, kaya madali yung biyahe mo bukas. Abangan mo.
Oo nga.
Siyempre, kasama din natin at courtside, yung Lyra Punsalan. Mamaya, makikita nyo siya. Bagong courtside namin, so abangan niyo yan. Coach Mike, siyempre, ang season natin so far, day 6 pa lang naman tayo, but what are your observations so far?
Well, ang observation ko, very unpredictable. Ang dami mga teams na you expect would be leading the pack, pero may mga teams sa ilalim na talagang lumalaban at ang winning margin ng mga games natin, very, very close.
Oo, mapapanood yung MPBL on YouTube, Facebook, and of course, on Solar Sports every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. And last Monday, Pangasinan winning over Bataan. It was a come-from-behind win for the Heatwaves, 95-86 ang bilis ng palitan ng baskets dito, lalo na sa dulo. And nanaig eventually itong Heatwaves, led by that man right there, Vic Manuel.
Well, very efficient shooting actually para dito sa Pangasinan, 47%. Pero ang matindi nun is yung 13 3-pointers in the first half ng Bataan na nagpalamang ng lubos sa kanila. Pero ang bawi nila sa fourth quarter really was point in the paint. A lot of that coming from Jore, Mike Mabulak, and even Vic Manuel.
Well, Vic Manuel, of course, the muscle man, fresh off a stint in the PBA, diretso siya dito sa MPBL with Pangasinan, and he's coming into this team na loaded ang lineup nitong Pangasinan. Pero, of course, when we talk about Vic Manuel, you know, the pedigree, the experience, and syempre yung athleticism and yung strength niya, kitang-kita, and it's evident in that game.
Yeah, tsaka maganda dun is in the first half, in the early goings of the game, hinayaan niya yung mga teammates niya to play along in the system. But later on, when push comes to shoves, it was Vic Manuel time. Oo,
23 points ang tinapos ni Vic Manuel. Bulacan naman, nakalaban nila yung QC as we mentioned in the last game. But in the second half ng game na to, they really could not keep up with the Galleries Taipan. 100-80. This was a 41-all game at the break.
Right.
And it eventually fizzled out for the Kuyas. And It was a lopsided defeat.
Yeah, it's a tough game. I mean, if you're giving up 25 turnovers and letting your opponents get 31 points out of it, then it's tough, no? Points in the paint and even in the fast break points, double-digit deficit altogether para dito sa Bulacan in that loss to QC.
So 50% ang give up nitong Bulacan in that game. So let's go to Richard Tampos para simulan na ang laban na to. Pangasinan laban sa Bulacan.
Let's start the excitement with the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Today's first match is between Pangasinan and Bulacan, live on Solar Sports. Now join me in welcoming for the starting lineups. First, for Pangasinan, Heat Waves. At guard number 6, Ian Melencio. At forward number 12, Daniel Abo. Also at forward number 54, Bong Galanza. To guard number 33, King Gortiza. Playing center number 28, the Komodo Dragon, Michael Mabulak. The head coach is Gerson Cabiltes. Assistant coaches, Noy Catalan, Jun Marzan, Florian Pineda, Ariel Sison, Joseph Guion, Harold Dang, Dan Xavier, and Jun Medina. Now starting for Bulacan, Cuyas. Playing center number 32, Jeb Bulawan. Point guard number 17, Marlon Espiritu. At forward number 13, J.R. Sumido. Power forward number 7, R.R. De Leon. Starting at guard number 1, Haley Ahero. Their head coach is Elgin Espina, assisted by Julius Espina, J.C. Burgos, and Terrence Reyes. Team manager Kendall Velasco. Officiating this ballgame, our crew chief Mike Kinay with Gabby Aguilar.
Starting 5 of the game is brought to you by 1xBet. Our sponsor, Ian Melencio, King Gortiza, Michael Mabulak, Bong Galanza, and Christian Abo para sa Pangasinan. Bulacan naman has Marlon Espiritu, Haley Ahero, Jeb Bulawan, J.R. Sumido, and R.R. De Leon. Sumido was the high point man for Bulacan in the last game with 21 points. Yan siya magsisimula dito. Pangasinan wins the tip wearing white. Bong Galanza steps into the 3. Rebound agad ni Abo. Mabulak in the paint. Basket plus the foul.
Laki na kinaiba ng laro ni Mike Mabulak recently. Even in that last game, very crucial yung basket niya down on that baseline drive. And somehow makikita mo sa physique niya. Last year, same. Pero ngayon, mas maganda yung mobility niya. Side to side, backpedaling, he's okay. And looks to be a very promising season para dito kay Mike Mabulak.
And with Vic Manuel coming in and Jay Collado even, I think, the pressure isn't as heavy as before para kay Mike Mabulak, and that bodes well for him.
Oo, kasi yung last season, halos yung sentro exclusive na sa kanya. He got some help from JR Kaasi, from the other guys, pero for the most part, siya yung tumatayong 5 in that team. And so now that you've got Vic, and help from even sila Taganas, nakakapag-concentrate siya sa mga gusto niyang iba pang gawin outside of playing big.
3-0. Melencio. Abo pulls up. Could not get the roll. Here's Marlo Espiritu quickly to R.R. De Leon. De Leon attacks the defense. He'll get the bounce.
Yun yung magiging challenge na pagdedepensa kay Mike Mabulak. Bigs who can actually put the ball on the floor and are very agile going downhill. He's got to move his feet a little bit faster and be quick to get to open spots. Samantalang Galanza, yan naman ang hinahanap nila, kaya kinuha nila si Galanza. Scoring, lalo na from 3.
Yep, Bong Galanza played for Zamboanga last season.
Tinanong ko siya kanina, sabi ko, what's the difference of you na dito ka na naglalaro sa Pangasinan? Well, ang laking bagay daw yung nandyan si Vic Manuel. Nakakagaan ang laro. Maybe not just for the bigs, even for shooters like Bongga Lanza because he doesn't have to worry about the rebounds anymore from his shot.
Oo. King Gortiza. Another young gun here para sa Heat Waves. Lalim itong lineup ng Pangasinan.
Yep. Yung guard rotation actually 4 deep no? You have Ralph Robin, you have Jos Fontanilla, Hesed Gapo, Ian Melencio. Ilagay mo pa si King Gortiza, pwede rin yan.
Mike De Gregorio.
Kung Mike De Gregorio, andun pa.
Probably the most accomplished of them all.
But I like yung mga guardia this season, no? Not just from these games, no? Even the other teams that played previously. I was telling Javi nga na malamang itong season na to is a lot of guards would shore up because of maybe the absence partly of Balte Baltasar. The smaller guys would have to be able to perform a little bit better.
Kagabi na, panood natin Jeff Manday, Boom Boom Tampos.
Right.
Check out this steal and the finish galing kay Michael Mabulak.
Yeah, that's what you like naman about Mike. No? Picking up the ball from the half court, very capable na pakita ng kanyang handle and create opportunities in open situations like those.
Hero pulls up. Three-pointer won't go and that will go out of bounds. Bola ulit ng Pangasinan.
Actually, the shooting of Ahero as well as Sumido in the first half of the previous game against QC talagang kept them in the game in the first half. But that huge 36 points that they gave up to QC really told on the result of that match.
Nabula could not get the roll as Melencio not save it. Out of bounds. Bola ng Bulacan Cuyas. Ahero. De Leon. Atake sa gitna. De Leon trying to find Bulawan. Will not handle the pass and Coach Elgin Espina has seen enough here early goings ng laro natin. Pangasinan Heat Waves with a 3-point lead at the 7:09 mark of the first period.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Isang napakainit na hapon po to our viewers, kasing init ng mga naglalaban-laban at maglalaban pa dito lamang sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Lyra Ponsalan here reporting, and today we are currently witnessing the Pangasinan Heat Waves against the Bulacan Cuyas for our first game. And during a little interview earlier with Coach Jerson, he said despite already having their first victory over Bataan last March 10, quote-unquote, we're still gonna go hard and be sharper sa court. With that, mukhang handang-handa na nga ang kanilang kupunan with Mark Talio and Ian Melencio joining them today. Back to you, Zedalp and Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Lyra, and welcome to the coverage ng MPBL. And she mentioned Ian Melencio, who was not activated last Monday, and Mark Talio, who is coming off an injury, hamstring injury. Lagi yung sinasabi, dinaanan ko siya, ba't wala ka nung Lunes? Hamstring. Paulit-ulit.
Kanina nakita
Parang
ko,
hindi na ako naniniwala.
kanina nakita ko rin siya. Sabi ko, anong nangyari sa'yo? Ba't wala ka nung game? Kailangan ka pa naman. Sabi
Hamstring
niya,
din, sabi niya.
Hamstring
din.
Hindi ako 100% hamstring.
Galanza.
Yeah, but really, kailangan siya doon sa game na yun. They rarely got anything on dribble penetrations inside, lalo na in the first half. They missed the services of these two guys that can actually put the ball on the floor and create situations and draw a secondary defender that would leave the others open.
Like the intensity being shown by the rookie King Gortiza there. Bongga Lanza. Napakaswabe ng galaw na yun galing kay Bongga Lanza.
Sobrang smooth smooth yung pagkaka-high na pick-up niya ng bola before that layup. Pero dito pansin mo talaga yung depensa ng Pangasinan. No let up. And I think, alam naman natin, pag Coach Gerson ang pinag-usapan natin, both ends of the floor yan, offense and defense.
Mar De Leon had to give up the foul. Magpa-fast break na yung yung Pangasinan. Naging nabuhong galing kay Bongga Lanza. Inangat lang yung bola. Easy does it.
Fly by yung depensa after that high rip, diretso sa layup, pasok. And the thing is, itong Pangasinan, kaya na ng last game nila, wala si Ian Melencio at hindi naglaro si Mac Talio. Still, they were very efficient on the floor. They only got 10 turnovers all throughout despite trailing for the most part dahil sa mga 3-pointers nga ng Bataan. Ironically, 6 of those 10 actually came from their point guards. 3 from Josh Fontanilla and 3 from Hesed Gobo. So that's got to change. I'm sure Coach Gerson Cabiltes isa yan sa mga numbers na inaalagaan niya because he understands you've got a veteran guard, not just in this man right here, Ian Melencio, but even Hesed Gabo.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat sa LGR. Kasha sa Smons. Yung aking kasama si Coach Mike Perez.
Ano ba to? Carlos Yulo t-shirt. Anong Carlos Yulo na craft ba? Hindi naman, no?
Hindi naman.
Pero,
hindi naman. Pero yung abs mo kita.
Stomach in.
Kita yung abs mo. Gusto ko, Coach. Kaso nabawasan yung allotment sa mga courtside eh.
Ganun ba?
Kanila yung small eh.
Magpapa-alter sila na malaki.
King Ortiza. Bongga Lanza has been trigger happy in the first period. The Komodo Dragon.
And rightfully so. I feel kailangan niya yung mga shots na yun so that he gets into a rhythm. And he's taking really good shots din.
King Ortiza knocks down that baseline jumper.
Gusto ko talaga yung aggressiveness ni King Ortiza. I mean, he's a rookie pero you don't see that in his demeanor. You know, he doesn't fear anyone.
He plays hard.
Yeah. Kumpiyansa eh, no? It doesn't matter kung sinong kaharap niya, pero, you know, really just a bowler on the floor.
That's a foul on Mike Mabulak. Ganda ng double-double ni Mike Mabulak in the last game.
Oo. 10 points, I think, and 13 rebounds. But ang more important doon, it's an 83% field goal shooting para dito kay Mike Mabulak in that game.
Oo. Bumalik na si Komodo Dragon.
Oo nga. At syempre, yan naman.
Kinabahan ako eh. Parang nawala last season eh.
Oo. Pero hindi yung movement niya kasi hindi natural eh. Alam mo yung side to side.
Medyo nagpagaling din itong si Mike Mabulak.
At hindi lang siya nagpagaling. Kahit yung anak nila, nakikita mo naglalaro sa mga
talaga? Nakasabay ba ni
11 under, 12 under. Well, at one point, some games in, I think Pangasinan naglalaro sila after the game eh. Si Riley tsaka yung anak ni Mike Mabulak.
Dapat may one-on-one.
Kakainin ng buhay, malaki. Laki ni Mike eh. Matangkad eh.
Na matuto si Riley ng malaki kalaban.
Kaya nagte-training na si Riley. Personal train sa mga
Wow.
Para maturuan.
Dapat ikaw nagte-train, Coach.
Nagpiprito ko eh. Kaya iba muna. Sila muna magturo.
Oo nga. Kahit ako rin, di ko rin kaya turuan anak ko.
Uy, pero ang dami ng mga women bowlers
ngayon. Parang pasa sa kalaban yun ah. Michael Mabulak with the easy 7 points.
Yeah, and he's leading so far in the points and rebounds, 7 points and 4 rebounds to go. Even assists, he's number 1 right now with 2 assists already. So overall, really good game here for Mike Mabulak.
An offensive foul on Marty Hill. And it looks like 5-5 ang substitutions dito ni Coach Gerson. Because it's a platoon substitution coming up. An easy takeaway para kay Mike Mabulak. 17-6. 3 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the first period.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbaba Nasa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Michael Mabulak had a double-double in the last game. Started out really well here in the first period. 10 points, 13 rebounds para kay Michael Mabulak. 6 points in the fourth quarter, which were all crucial. Lalo na yung short corner jumper niya dun sa dulo na medyo nagbigay ng separation dito for Pangasinan.
Yeah, ganda rin ng catch and shoot situation and perfect pass too from Joray Napoles on the weak side post. Oh,
Vic Manuel, an offensive foul.
Ngayon, hindi po ganun kadali bantayan si Vic Manuel. Nakita naman natin nung fourth quarter nung game nila against Bataan. Halos wala nakapigil eh. Every time binababa ni Vic Manuel yung bola inside.
Ang matindi dito kay Vic Manuel, galing siya sa 3-point line, bumubuelo.
Oo, doon bumubuelo.
Parang you just have to get out of the way.
Right. Well, in as much as ang ganda ng nilaro ni Vic Manuel doon sa fourth quarter na yun, the rest of the way, I mean, Chris Javier gave him a very difficult time. I guess the experience of the guy really allowed him to shoot from the outside, look for open teammates. At hindi naging madali yung first half na yun para kay Vic Manuel. Only the fourth quarter and the second half na talagang pumukpok ng gusto.
Osico's jumper is good.
That's one guy that didn't produce so much in their last game against QC. You're gonna need more of that. If you're gonna keep fouling that way against a driving Vic Manuel, baka maubos yung foul mo.
And it's Ken Osico stop and pop here. Vic Manuel at the line. Short on the first for Vic. The muscle man, Manuel. Check out this free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Japs Bautista. They have not been hitting from beyond the arc, talking about the heat waves.
Right. Actually, even in the game against Bataan, they weren't really shooting that well from 3 points. So a lot of the points really points coming from the paint.
Manuel. That's a wise decision for Martin to get out of the way.
Ang biruan dati dyan parang papasok ka na iskinita, nakasalubong mo si Vic, babalik ka na lang eh. Dahil sa laki ng space na ino-occupy niya, patadaanin mo na lang siya eh.
Osicos nearly lost it under pressure. Ahero blocked by Taganas. Mactalio finishes with the left hand.
Hamstring seems to be okay for Mactalio. But the heat waves continue to put on that defense, that suffocating defense. Matter of fact, pag tinignan mo yung attempts, Bulacan only has 8 attempts so far and 3 field goal makes against the 21 attempts already made by Pangasinan. Napakalaki ng disparity.
May konting iniinda pa si Mactalio, obvious din sa kanyang takbo. No?
Yung sa left leg, no? As
may
left leg,
pinapaboran pa siya.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta make your shots if you wanna come home and upset the heat waves. And dito sila dangerous.
There is a steal. And Vic Manuel draws the foul.
Galing sa paint, dumepensa, tumulong sa deflection ng mga pasa, tumapos ng finish. Grabe. Ang haba ng tinatakbo na stretch ni Vic Manuel sa loob ng floor.
Vic Manuel nasa linya. He's 0 for 3 at the line, Vic Manuel.
Yeah. Actually, yung middle part ng court, that free throw area, whether on the 15-foot line or outside, medyo hindi maganda yung touch ni Vic, at least for the last 2 games. Because twice I think he airballed on the field in that game with Bataan.
4 na missed free throws from Vic Manuel.
Oh, deflection.
Mystic na naman na agaw doon. Marty Hill. This is the 3. Celso, put back.
The very few offensive rebounds that you get.
21-10. Heat Waves ahead by 11.
So far, we've seen 10 players already from the Heat Waves. Platoon substitution.
Nactalio fires a 3. And dyan nagtatapos ang ating first quarter. Pangasinan picking up from where they left off in their last win. Nactalio and Ian Melencio making their season debuts para dito sa Heat Waves. They dominant from the start of the game. First 10 minutes going the way of the Heat Waves. An 11-point lead against the Bulacan Kuyas, who are looking to avoid a second straight loss dito sa Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan. Second quarter underway. Gino Humawas ang pinasok dito. Sama si Pascua, Art Aquino, Celso, and R. De Leon. Vic Manuel for 3.
Yan ang delikado. If that 3-point range comes to play all season long and you have Jay Collado as well, ang daming slip screens ang pwede mangyari sa taas para sa Pangasinan Heat Waves that could open up, action under the free throw for dribble penetrations, and they have enough shooters actually to do that.
Wala pa si Mike Wico dyan, ha?
Oo.
Matindi yung labanan sa minuto dito sa Pangasinan.
Right.
Ralph Robin. Sa front line, may Napoles, may Mabula, Collado, Lervin Flores, Vince Tolentino, Shaq Taganas, as we check out this 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Vic Manuel.
Yeah, halos lahat ng position, kung titingnan mo, halos 4 persons deep eh. Except siguro sa...
And they can start for any other MPBL team.
That's right. Siguro one thing lang, ang pinakamagaanan nilang rotation would be 3-point shooters. You have Ralph Robin, King Gortiza could be there also, and Bong Galanza. Those 3 at least you expect to make shots from the outside.
R. De Leon ups his tally to 6 points after that mid-range jumper. 24-12. Bautista. Binigay kay Taganas to the corner. Talio for 3. That's short.
At saka itong Pangasinan, I'd like to think, pa rin, kahit na medyo matagal na yung preparation nila, you gotta get more games in para you feel more of the chemistry from each one.
Well, they did. I haven't had a lot of games with Vic Manuel and Mike De Gregorio.
Right. At saka si Jay Collado, nakita natin sobrang laki ng pinayat ni Jay Collado. As in, talagang he lost weight. And that's
Tanungin natin si Jay yung paano niya nagawa yun.
Oo nga. Dati may tinanong na rin tayo niya pero wala na.
Wala nangyari. Hindi, si Jeff Avillonar.
Si Jeff Avillonar, correct.
Tinanong
May
natin.
siya tayo noon. Wala, hindi kaya.
Tinanong lang naman.
Ah.
Tinanong lang naman. Hindi naman sinabi pa natin na susundin natin.
Sa bagay.
Di ba? Wala naman tayo sinabi.
Pero ako nagbalak ako eh.
Nag-try ka ba?
Nagbalak ako, pero okay naman.
Ako nag-try ako.
Aha.
Wala, naging busy.
Oo. Nag-stress eating ulit.
Oo.
Oh.
Lalo na ngayon pag nasa season ongoing.
Kaya. Kasi malala pagkatapos ng in-game and pagkatapos ng game. So,
Oo.
pagdating mo sa bahay.
De Leon, fouled by Taganas.
That's one thing that I noticed din sa mga, well, nag-usapan natin kanina, karamihan ng mga schemes ngayon magiging guard-oriented because wala na, like the likes of Baltasar or what have you. But what I noticed so far, sa halos lahat ng teams na napanood ko, every time they throw it on the post, halos lahat nakatayo na lang, nanonood na lang eh. And so, you'd like to see more mobility para makita mo yung mga open spots kung saan naiiwan yung depensa. Because if you guys just gonna stand around, then it's just parang solo primary defender against the ball.
Ang ingay ni Janjan na.
Actually, may isang game na was it in the Rizal game? Rizal versus Basilan yata.
Narinig mo rin siya?
Oo, narinig ko rin siya. Kasi maingay na yun.
Alam mo na yun.
Oo.
Umabot ka ng ano yan? Isabela yan.
Ah, talaga? Pumunta siya?
Oo, pumunta yan. Ang opening.
These fans really just
Oo.
love being in the MPBL games.
And they are part of the basketball ecosystem.
Oh, yeah. If you think it's just players, coaches, and you know, broadcasters, you should see these fans very actively, you know, getting involved in games. 5-5-5 na naman. Na substitution.
No, 5 ulit. And still, a 5 that can play against some of the best teams in the league.
I agree.
(24-13). Aquino against De Gregorio. Celso jumper. Medyo matulis yung jumper ni Celso. Last touch on De Leon. De Gregorio. Napoles. Gabo.
Yeah, and Mike De Gregorio.
Tolentino.
Tsaka si Jore.
Yeah.
Jore.
Gabo pulls up. Yes. Sabi, nag-promise ba si Hesid sa'yo na bawasan yung turnover?
Ay, hindi. Nag-usap kami kanina. Sabi niya, minsan ano yan eh, risk to reward kasi yan eh. Sabi niya, minsan sa amin sa posisyon namin, being
Ibang
point guard,
klase talaga yung wisdom ni Hesid, Gabo.
Sabi ko, thy words are words of wisdom.
Iba yan. Parang ano eh, may there's always something beneath the surface.
Yes.
Hindi mo pwedeng tanggapin yung words ni Hesid Gabo na ano lang, nasa
the surface lang.
surface na. Meron yan sa
ilalim. Merong profound meaning pa yan sa ilalim. To make no mistake is not to do anything. Yeah.
Galing?
But really, at the end of the day, you know, this still has got to be Hesid Gabo's team, itong Heat Waves na to. And there will be games that they'll be riding on his shoulders, especially on the decision-making and the leadership. Another steal.
Oh. Vince Tolentino, a little too unselfish there. Had a shot.
Yep.
Bigla ako, kinik out niya eh.
Kita si Hesid eh.
Jory Napoles turns around. That shot won't go. Rebound na ni R.R. De Leon.
Well, good thing they were finally to secure that defensive rebounds. There were, 2 to 3 attempts before they finally secured that rock for them to swing it over on their side of the floor. Speaking of the Kuyas. And right now, in terms of attempts, they are -11. So you'd like to be more efficient in terms of shooting the ball. You're down right now by just 11. Not 13. It's 28-15.
Under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. 28-50 ng ating talaan ngayon. Here's Mike De Gregorio. Can't seem to get that jumper going.
Well, in their game against Bataan, it took him a while before he finally caught his rhythm. Pero nung nakuha na niya, di naman nagsunod-sunod na yung basket niya. That's why he had, I think 11 points last game against Bataan. And you know, his shooting from the perimeter is gonna be key.
Oo. He's got a lot of experience as well. 13 turnovers for Bulacan. Just 2 less than their output. Napoles, good line on the 3. Short lang. Gabo. No look pass to Jorey Napoles.
Mismatch nightmare rin talaga ito si Jorey Napoles. Inside, he can hurt you. Inside, he can knock down shots as well. Defensively, he can guard against any wing guy or any big and make it difficult until the help comes.
Pasqua. In and out on the 3. De Gregorio. Gusto ko yung ginagawa ng Pangasinan Heatwaves dito. No? They are showing a lot of respect to the game and their opponents. So no let up.
Yeah.
Final display of the game brought to you by 1xBet. No look pass. Galing sa ating kaibigang si Hesed Gabo.
Napakarami pa mga ganyang sitwasyon ang gusto mong makita kung ikaw isang tagahanga or supporter ng nitong Heatwaves, because Hesed Gabo is going to be, you know, going in a lot of situations where he has cutters like those, especially with Jorey Napoles, who even in the Manila team last year, very active yan, cutting the weak side.
Baka i-dissect pa ni Hesed Gabo yung play na yun, in a profound manner.
Oo.
I-breakdown niya pa sa'yo, coach, ha?
Oo. Na sobrang lalim.
Sobrang lalim. 32-15. 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. Hailey Ajero, layup, too strong, rebound, Lervin Flores. Gabo to De Gregorio. 2 points para kay Mike De Gregorio. 6 points now in the contest for Mike De Gregorio.
And I'm sure itong Heatwaves come the third quarter will be starting to turn up that screw a little bit more. That's just how Coach Jerson Cabiltes' team is.
Jeb Bulawan scores 4 points now, 34-17. Lervin.
Nice fake.
De Gregorio back out to Lervin Flores. He'll take the 3. Almost made it. Another turnover for Bulacan. That's number 14. Napoles with a pretty crossover and the finish.
We talked about some of the very few big guys that can actually put the ball on the floor. And Jorey Napoles is one of them. Sama mo na si Mike Mabula.
36-17. Then got the pass from Hesed Gabo and a nice move galing kay Jorey Napoles. Long rebound. De Gregorio. Kung binalik niya kay Lervin Flores, that would have been an easy stuff.
Right. Actually, inaantay ko nga naibalik niya Because I just find si Lervin Flores as very strong, I guess, small forward that can, you know, come into contact, tough absorbing contacts against the other bigs of their opponents. And I'd like to think nakuha niya yan because of some of the scrimmages apart from his experience in the PBA, playing alongside the other bigs.
Played for Arellano in college. Itong si Lervin Flores. Sabay niya yan sila Gio Halalon. Who has been listed.
Right.
In this Pangasinan team. Sila ni Alain Bulanadi.
Bulanadi. But those two are gonna give a deep dimension dito sa rotation ni Coach Jerson Cabiltes. I guess the challenge there would be managing minutes because you know you want to keep your stars really warm and keep them getting involved in games.
Vince Tolentino.
Bad
Tapik kay
pass.
Pascua. Well anticipated ang pasa na yon.
At saka itong version na to ng Bulacan is far different from the version of Bulacan from last year, no?
Oo. Si
Ala.
Eddie Ahero lang yata yung natira.
Oh, siya na lang naiwan. And the talent that they lost to the other teams are, you know, big names. Paulo Hubalde, Ibanez, Big Boy Hernandez.
36-19, 2.5 minutes to play in the second period. Almost a steal. Gabo, 14 points off turnovers for Pangasinan. Lervin Flores extending his range. Did not get that one to drop. Somido. Osicos. Somido, the handoff to Pascua. Short on the three. De Gregorio grabs the rebound. Esed Gabo for three. Masyado malakas. Rebound ni Lervin Flores. Napoles. Tolentino with a putback.
Well, even up to this point with this kind of game that they're playing, the Heat Waves continue to struggle from free. They are right now 1 out of 18 from that area, but most of their shots really mostly unchallenged, and so you'd like to think na it'd be easier for their shooters to make those shots there. And then the only reason that they are in the lead is because of situations like this, turnovers to which they force fast breaks the other way.
Oo, and just easy para dito sa Pangasinan. It's not like may special masyadong ginagawa ng Pangasinan. They're just working hard and showing a lot of respect sa kanilang opponents. I think there's a
review, yeah.
Might be on a goaltend or ano kaya yung tawag dito?
Yeah, and I didn't catch that one too. We'll see that what that call is about. But really, yung fast break talaga, it's a huge difference. Half of the points of Pangasinan coming from fast breaks, or at least 18 of that 38 points really coming from transition plays, out of steals that they forced.
Ken Osicos for excessive hard contact. Second foul on Ken Osicos. 2 free throws.
Esed Gabo nasa linya. Free throw goes down para kay Hesed.
Hesed Gabo from last year was their leader in points, assists, even in steals. And him alongside Ian Melencio were really the 1-2 punch. In the absence of any big man that could significantly contribute with hurt Mike Mabulak, they really were struggling to find bigs that could help them out in that spot.
4 points, 4 rebounds para kay Hesed. 18-2 fast break points. Lamang ng Pangasinan. Mike De Gregorio. To Hesed Gabo for 3. Yes!
Yep. That exactly is how Coach Jerson would want to see them play. Ball distribution, ball swinging left to right, and really just moving ball and man around until that final least defended guy takes the shot.
Gino Humaas gets into the lane, fouled by Tolentino. 40.8 seconds remaining. Pangasinan, 4th team foul, but that is a shooting foul. So, nasa linya ngayon si Gino Humaas.
Ganda ng rotation ng bola doon, even yung mga tao.
Nag-relocate itong si Jesse Gabo. Gino Mauas gets the first free throw to go. We got 2 more games coming up after this one. No good on that one. The second free throw nakuha ni Vince Tolentino.
Still enough for 2 for 1 here.
Vince to Jore. Taken away by Humawas. Turnover number 3 for Pangasinan. Humawas.
Ooh!
Hindi niya natapos.
Oh.
And there's time now for Pangasinan to extend the lead here. Flores to Dick Gregorio with a layup.
Don't you just love the unselfishness of the Heat Waves?
Pangasinan using 15 players in the first half. And all of them very good players.
Yep.
That's the reason why the Bulacan Kuyas are overmatched in this first 2 quarters. 45 to 20 for the Heat Waves. We'll be right back.
Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
At nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. This is once again Lyra Ponsalan and we are here with the assistant coach of Bulacan Kuyas, Coach Terence Reyes. So, Coach, we're a little behind this halftime, no? Ano po yung mga key adjustments that the team will be applying for the next 2 quarters of the game?
Obviously, medyo frustrated yung team. Hindi pa namin na-apply yung game plan namin for this game. And yun, ang daming offensive rebounds ng kalaban namin ng Pangasinan. So, yun. Gusto namin, mas lumabang pa kami sa rebound and masagot namin yung kanilang press, yung balance attack nila. And then, yun. So, hopefully, makabalik kami sa laro.
Kumusta naman po ang synergy ng ating mga players at kumusta yung motivation nila for the second 2 quarters of the game?
Yes, yun. Kailangan namin sila ma-motivate, lalo na naghahabol kami. And medyo ang baba ng score namin, lower scoring game kami. And yun, so keep lang sa fight, keep on fighting lang. So di pa naman tapos ang laban.
Yes, the game is far from over. And now, Coach Terence, sino yung mga gusto mong pasalamatan or batiin?
Yes po, binabati po namin mga sponsors namin, Nickelham, Evertrust, Lourdes College Valenzuela, Extreme Athlete Ball, KV Modular, Grassroots Training and Development, syempre kay Cap John Michael Ahero and family, Kuya Jonathan Alvarado ng Bulacan Kuyas, Kagawad Enrico ng District 4 QC para sa aming mga recovery food, Boss Luis Flores, Boss Carl De La Cruz, Boss Kendall, Boss Coco, and mga basketball club namin sa Malolos, Bulacan, ICSB, Holy Spirit, Underdogs, SMBA, Basketball Club, and syempre Monday, Thursday Basketball Club. So, yung family Reyes ko po, hello po sa States, sa California.
Alright, and that has been the assistant coach of Bulacan Kuyas, Coach Terence Reyes. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball.
Halftime here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. Pangasinan Heatwaves leading the Bulacan Kuyas 45-20. And the first half just flew by us, Coach Mike. Ang ganda ng pinapakita dito ng Pangasinan. And in terms of talent, hindi talaga sila dito makasabay sa Pangasinan Heatwaves, ang Bulacan Kuyas.
Lalo na kung 5-5 platoon substitution na nangyari. Almost every player played roughly about 7 to 6 minutes for the Heatwaves, and it really was about the Heatwaves forcing turnovers and getting a lot of points out of it. 16 turnovers, 4 turnovers ang na-force lang ng Bulacan dito sa Pangasinan, pero ang Pangasinan nakakuha ng 14 dun sa 16 na na-force nila, and better ball distribution and sharing the rock para sa Pangasinan as they out-assisted them on the floor.
RR De Leon, lone bright spot for the Bulacan Kuyas, 9 points, and si Jeb Bulacan naman may 4 na puntos. Medyo uphill climb itong second half nitong para dito sa Bulacan Kuyas, with Pangasinan led by Mike De Gregorio and Jesse Gabo off the bench, may 15 puntos combined. The Komodo Dragon, Michael Mabulak, has 7, and Vic Manuel off the bench has 5. So ngayon, magsisimula na naman ulit ang Pangasinan with Mabulak, Galanza, Gortiza, Melencio, and Abo.
Tsaka yung puntos halos equal distribution din pagdating sa mga players. Players scoring 7, 4 points, hindi nagkakalayo here for the Heatwaves.
45-20. Third quarter underway. Melencio now with Mabulak. Mabulak looking for a teammate. Na kay Abo ang bola ngayon. Against Aquino. Blocked by De Leon. Nakatayo lang si RR. Abo will try again. 3-second violation.
Well, medyo yung situation niya medyo tight. Lahat ng movement sa loob. The ball got stuck with Mike Mabulak on the elbow for quite a while. Couldn't find anyone. And so nung wala siya makita, siya nag-decide. There was that cut on the weak side by Albo. Pero yun nga, medyo masikip na nung nakuha niya sa loob.
Pressure here. Tignan naman makaagaw dito ang Heat Waves. Ian Melencio. Alam mo yung nangyayari dito, Coach Mike, for Pangasinan, ha? Labanan sa minuto eh. Para sa sarili mo.
You're competing for your minutes on the floor. And so I guess your efficiency should count at least and influence the coaching staff kung ilan yung ilalaro mo sa mga succeeding, ano? Good steal.
Another steal here by Mike Mabulak. Easy too.
So that's just good recognition by Mike Mabulak on offensive actions. Normally, pagka nag-dribble handoff ka na ganun at wala nangyari, you expect that ball's gonna be swung slot to slot the other way.
Engaged si Mike, you know, the way and locked in. You see that kahit alam naman natin na hindi kalakasan itong kalaban, kita mo yung focus niya.
Oo. As in, talagang focus na focus siya eh. It doesn't matter kung sino yung nasa harap niya. He's just gonna play, you know, whatever's expected of him. Good block.
Shot clock expiring there, but play will continue. Mabulak. Ayaw niyang i-one-on-one yun, but nonetheless, Mike wants a better position here. Mabulak. Swings it over to Gortiza. Gortiza.
Oh, man.
What a move.
Wow.
What a move.
He just never runs out of surprises, you know? King Gortiza, I say he's one of the best finds as well for Coach Gerson this year.
Coming from the Emilio Aguinaldo College program. Si King Gortiza. Our De Leon short on the jumper. Gortiza with a rebound. Mabulak is ahead of the pack. Masyado malakas ang pasa ni King Gortiza.
Taas masyado ng pasa.
Player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet. King Gortiza finishes on that spin move. Madiin ang spin move ni King Gortiza.
Right. Tsaka yung bilis ng pihit eh, no?
Espiritu using the right hand.
Good drive there by Espiritu, able to beat the primary defender in Ian Melencio. Got him on his back. Help defense came in late, and so he's able to finish going glass.
49-22. Gortiza. Bigay kay Abu sa ilalim. Quick spin. He is fouled by Aquino. What's a review? That happened right in front of the referee though.
Well, quick spin going the baseline side. Naramdaman niya medyo clear yung right side ng shoulder niya. Kaya dun yung spin niya going baseline. Good read right there.
Daniel Abo. This free throw from Daniel Abo. Meanwhile, let's go to our courtside reporter, Lyra.
Okay, so during the halftime huddle, the Bulacan coaching staff emphasized on playing by their identity and branding. Dahil naging challenging daw sa kanilang koponan ang pressure of facing the Pangasinan Heat Waves today, followed by a tons of pressure pa sa kanilang fans at supporters sa Bulacan to play by their own system and trust their system is their top priority now. With a score of 50-22, kailangan talagang mag-step up ng Bulacan Kuyas para ang kanilang team ay maging justified naman for the next 2 quarters of the game. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Lyra. So, an insight on the halftime huddle nitong Bulacan. You know, it's just hard. Coach Mike. Hindi talaga naging madali kung kalaban mo yung ganito kalakas na team eh.
Oo. Lalo na, you know, with the kind of almost totally revamped itong Bulacan team na ito eh. So, sure, there are expectations.
Although, kahit yung last year, I don't think they'll be good enough to be this Pangasinan team. As we bring you the assist of the game, brought to you by 1xBet.
Oo naman, because again, babalik ka doon sa depth nitong lineup ni Coach Jerson Cabiltes. And, you know, when we first covered them last week, you know, Jerson Cabiltes, I know, is just happy that his boys are back.
Kuya super time, 53-22 lamang ang Pangasinan.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Commissioner Kenneth Doremdes of the MPBL party list. Kasama niya si Committee Head Rudy Distrito and our Head of Operations, Emer Oreta. Haley Ajero knocks down the 3 off the timeout. 53-25.
They're gonna need more of that. They want to come back.
Abo. They get the steal, Bulacan. They got a push though. De Leon attacks. Wild shot. Rebound ni Bulawan. Labas kay Hill. Ajero. Trying to get past
tough.
Calanza.
Yeah.
Nagpis ang tira ni RR De Leon. 3-on-2 break. Mabulak.
There you go.
Lays it in off the glass.
I mean, you just love seeing Mike Mabulak finishing that way. I mean, back when they were the champs, you know, yung mobility niya talagang kakaiba.
Daniel Abo nahuli doon sa pag-help kay on that RR De Leon drive.
And you have to be ready with that drive going the right side of the floor for De Leon, because that primarily is his strong side. So even if you come into contact with him, you'd still be able to manufacture a shot that side of the floor.
In and out on the bonus. I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
I like LGR.
Oh, you
It
like
fits
it?
me well.
Siyempre, gawa yan ng mga kaibigan natin doon. Ryan Cruz, Ma'am Sonia Cruz, and Miss Eunice Galura. Oh, travel.
Travel right there. It's good to see Coach Jerson Cabiltes smile from time to time. I mean,
Parang hindi siya stressed niya.
oo nga, parang hindi stressed eh. Last game talagang stressed eh.
Talaga?
Oo, kasi yung first half parang nag-aabol sila eh. And they were playing in front of their hometown crowd.
Celso, the jumper. Oh, shout out ko na.
Oo.
Coach Denok Miranda of the Abra Weavers.
Coach Denok in the house. Good luck, Coach.
Galing na point guard yun dati.
Oh, yeah. Ang dami mga batang ginaya yung kanyang paglalaro.
Ako.
Ah, ganun ba?
Oo.
Oh, man.
Isa sa mga paborito kong gayahin yan. Pero ito, hirap gayahin ito.
So pag
King
dumadrive ka,
Gold
bumubunggo ka rin muna.
Ay,
bago...
nako.
Talaga. Contact muna bago finish.
Walang ano yan. Walang, hahanapin ko muna yan.
Oo.
King Gortiza, late on the closeout, Ajero. Tamaan yung kamay ni King Gortiza doon. It's a 4-point play for King Gortiza. On to double figures with 10 points.
And he's shooting 60% from the field. Really good showing here for King Gortiza.
60-29.
Right?
Almost
Oh,
a
yeah.
steal. Kadami ng
Yeah.
agaw ni Mike Mabula kanina pa dyan.
Yun yung difference this year. Yung laro sa passing lanes, no, na sumusubok may steal, that nakakakuha ng deflection, yun ang importante.
Ortiza.
Oh, yeah.
12 puntos na para kay King Ortiza. Ang ganda din ng kombinasyon na to.
Oo, yung Gortiza at Ian Melencio, maganda rin to, no? Sabay on the floor. Both can finish, both can create. There you go.
Bulacan inside the paint. Another chance. And he gets the 2 points.
That's just about one of the very few clean high-lows that we've seen from Bulacan. And Jeb catching that ball in the low block and able to finish.
Ortiza for 3. Iba ni Bulawan. Kumawas. Down low. Bulawan.
There you
Layup plus
go.
the foul.
Yan talaga ang mabigat pagka yung left-handed na player mo, pinaroll mo papunta sa kanan. At yung path niya pabalik is going to the left. That's a tough cover. Kaya Will Macaloni in situations like those talagang
Oo.
mabigat Sana if he slips it. Yun exactly what Jeb just showed us.
Ang haba pa nito ni Jeb Bulawan.
Oo. Saka ganda ng layup niya. Hindi na talaga binaba. Diretso na sa taas.
(61-34). 3.5 minutes to play. Here in the third, Fontanilla, Talio, Bautista, Taganas, and Vic Manuel. Pinasok na dito for Pangasinan.
Yan.
Joshua Fontanilla
Yeah.
knocks down the jumper.
I feel yung mga perimeter makes ng Pangasinan is something that they definitely would need to build on. I mean, they don't have the threes. They've been struggling for the past, at least even until now, they're not shooting well from there. But at least yung mga non-paint twos, they can get a lot out of it, so that it helps spread the floor. At least if you don't have the threes.
Vic Manuel. Lead is back up to 31 points with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter after that bank shot from Vic Manuel. Espiritu to Art Taquino. JR Sumido. Atake ni JR, nakakuha siya ng foul.
Somehow itong si JR Sumido is a player that, curiously, if you put him in a really good team, ano kaya magiging upside para dito kay JR?
Well, dinagay siya sa Valenzuela last time. And from Imos, paglipat na sa Valenzuela, his numbers were down big. As this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Yeah, tsaka yung transfer niya mid-season yun when he transferred. And so there was adjustments. And si Sumido, for the most part, while he was playing for, I think, Imos, he was really comfortable coming off the bench than being a starter. Yun ang
Nice
delikado.
pass. Squeezed in by Vic Manuel. 9 points para kay Vic Manuel. Uy, kulay ng Sabrina na shoes ni Vic Manuel. Parang cream na pink, orange.
Ganda nga.
Manuel running the length of the floor. Saves the basketball. Natapik ni R.R. De Leon. Marlon Espiritu. Blocked by Fontanilla, but there's a foul.
What a leap by Josh.
The challenge made by Pangasinan is successful, resulting in a jump ball possession arrow is pointing the Bulacan
So
Kulas.
challenge successful para kay Coach Gerson. Apparently, kung sa taas ka, so that was a lot of ball right there. Yung contact, you think they considered it na medyo incidental na lang.
Incidental na lang siya. Yeah.
Pero lately, okay, in the first week of the season, observing how the refs have been calling it, there's a lot of leeway here with the physicality this time.
That's right. Ano sila kumbaga, they're allowing them to play a little bit more, no, early in the season. Lalo na yung kagabi, right.
Yung Isabela and Isabela yung Pasay.
Pasay, yeah. That was
actually gusto ko yung ganung klase.
You know, in as much as, what a drive by Josh. But as I was saying, in as much as Ilagan has lost a couple of games, I love the grit. That was the first game?
Just one game.
Just one game, yeah. I love the grit, no?
Coach Louie, gusto daw ni Coach Mike yung ninanong team mo.
Hindi, totoo.
Nanonood si Coach Louie ngayon.
Oh yeah, Coach Louie. We miss you, Coach Louie. But we like seeing you on the team as well.
Gusto mo yung nasi-stress si Coach, ha?
Well, kagabi nga pinag-uusapan niya, di ba? Mas relax siya dito kaysa dun sa team. But, you know, there's different, I guess, satisfaction in being on the team, coaching. But me and Javi talked about it in our first coverage in Pangasinan. You know, really yung commitment to defense of the team of imagine ang baba ng scoring ng mga games nila, di ba?
Oo. Bautista was bumped by De Leon on the way into the basket. Now Bautista sinks the free throw.
Imagine
his first point.
Yeah, imagine if Coach Louie's team ended up with a win last night.
Oh, grabe.
Oh, grabe yun.
Grabe yung turnaround na yun.
Oo.
It was 40-22 in the third quarter.
Right. There were shots that they could have made, talagang hindi lang nahuhulog eh.
No, maganda rin kasi gandang matchup dahil nga kay Coach Marlon doon sa kabila.
Right.
You know, there was a good coaching battle as well. And you have to remember, Pasay is a top 6 team last year.
Correct.
In a very stacked North
Division, yeah.
And the Cowboys pushing them to the limit. Actually, a testament to, you know, kung gaano sila kahanda nitong season na to.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And meanwhile, Pangasinan Heatwaves are cruising after 3 quarters, 71-37. Not a lot of defense on the part of the Bulacan Kuyas. As we check out the highlights of the game, brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. Pilipinas Basketball League, and I saw this social media post galing kay Lervin Flores. I think this was yesterday, and our social media account picked it up. And for more on this, let's go to Laika.
All right. What a transition it has been nga for Cabalan Dervin Flores, who's now playing for Pangasinan Heatwaves na previously ay galing sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Nabanggit niya that it's been quite an adjustment. And sa isang recent trending post ni Flores, sinabi niya na kung hindi dahil sa MPBL, baka OFW siya ngayon. Which he reiterates that the post is not meant to degrade OFWs in any way, but to open the eyes ng mga kabataan sa magandang oportunidad na dinadala ng MPBL at huwag mawala ng pag-asa in finding your groove and your game. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And, you know, it was a simple post, but it medyo tagos siya eh.
Yep.
No, sa lahat ng bumubuo ng liga na to, you see the quarter scoring, obviously dominated by Pangasinan. And tagos nga siya, Coach Mike, because, you know, we have to reiterate how many people and how many families benefit from this league. No, it's not just from a basketball standpoint, which is already a big deal, but also from an economic and financial standpoint.
That is right. Matter of fact, when I saw that post as well, I mean, I felt the same way. Medyo may kurot eh, no? And you feel it. And, you know, that just is a testament to how the league has influenced a lot of the lives of the players.
And we will be right back for the results.
Tap by Mac Talio, who incidentally a while ago was whispering to us na after this game baka magpahinga muna ulit ng konti.
Oh, may iniinda pa
Iniinda
yung,
pa,
yung hamstring niya eh. Hill. Pascua. Drop pass to Celso. Bank shot is good.
Yeah, and so, you know, really some basic stuff right there. If you're able to break down that primary defender, get past him, you surely are going to get a help defense. And, you know, the good teams would have a defender in front of you, but the better offensive teams would be able to finish across that. Oh, J.R. Taganas.
And the Pangasinan bench. Tuwan-tuwa. Mactalio, not a lot of lift on those legs as he took that shot, pero J.R. Taganas is there to save the day. He's been doing that since the start of the MPBL. Simula yan sa Bulacan, Kuyas, in our inaugural season. Taganas with a steal. Fontanilla leaves it.
Oh,
Blocked.
good block.
Di Bautista. Vic Manuel. That's how good Vic is.
Yeah.
He cannot rip that ball away from you.
Oh, hindi mo basta matatapik kahit na anong tapik mo. At saka yung yung pagbaba ng bola sa sahig, kaya niya i-finish pa rin eh.
Watch this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet. Pascua to Celso.
Yeah. That's why coaches would always tell you can't get beat sideline or baseline because there's very much that you can do if you're a defender.
And Vic Manuel has missed 5 free throws in this ball game. The muscle man is 0 for 6. 75-39. RR. Hino. Bulawan to Pascua. RR De Leon.
Oh, what a pass.
Ganda ng pasa na yun. Reverse layup by Bulawan. No good. Hill to Pascua. RR De Leon. Pasco has to fire. Libre siya. No, rebound ni Fontanilla. Josh. The Japs for 3. Good.
There you go. And as I talked to Japs earlier in the warm-ups, he says, you know, yung experience ko siguro at saka yung mga shooting, nandito pa rin naman yan. Yan ang talagang may contribute ko lang dito sa sistema ni Coach Jerson at sa mga kakampi ko dito sa Pangasinan.
Well, looks like the 5 on the floor, ang time nila will be up in a few seconds. Because papasok na panibagong 5.
Parang mga nakatoken tong mga to eh, no?
Oo.
Time's up.
Continue?
Oh, continue.
Wala eh, may pumipindot. Pinablip 8-7-6-5. Nagbabalon eh.
And Coach Jerson really just giving enough, you know, time for the players to get floor experience together.
And Irving Flores has yet to score. LGR of the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat sa LGR. So it's only Irving Flores who has yet to score in this game for Pangasinan. Lahat nakascore na.
Well, he had a couple of attempts from 3. Pero,
Di bale, si Irving na-report naman siya.
oo nga.
Napoles sinks the jumper.
Yeah. Mga tirang ganon, yun ang kailangan nila Coach Jerson, I feel. You know, non-paint twos. Because clearly they're getting their paint twos eh. I mean, if you don't have your threes, that's gonna help a lot if you're scoring from there too.
Aquino. Back shot is good. There's a foul as well on Mike De Gregorio.
And for the most part, yung mga scoring nitong Bulacan really coming from that move. Right wing, drive middle with the left hand dribble, frontal shot and make.
Aquino completes the 3-point play. 80-43, 37-point lead. Mike De Gregorio. Lervin takes the jumper. That's short. Rebound ni Art Aquino.
He eventually is gonna have to make those shots. Back when he was playing for Pampanga, you know, halos ano na yun eh. Idiin mo na, ilista mo na, lalo na pag sa ilalim.
Aquino, in and out on the 3. Rebound ni Lervin Flores. Napoles. Pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound, R. De Leon. A little over 6 minutes to go sa laro natin. All over but the final score really. Wasn't really a match to begin with. Dominant ang Pangasinan right from the beginning.
And matter of fact, Coach Jerson had the luxury of being able to field in 5 players at a time through 3 quarters, even the 4th quarter.
Flores. Whistle against Pascua. Extended time on the floor for Pascua.
And Lervin wanted to get that left side low block, but defense crowded that area.
$14 on the shot clock again. Gabo. Drops it off to Lervin. Yes.
Now, that's the Pampanga Giant Lanterns Lervin that we want to see. And, you know, just that presence inside to be able to finish. And he moves a lot without the ball, especially that close.
You know, all players of Pangasinan have scored in this ball game. R. De Leon. Oh, basket plus the foul para kay R. De Leon. You know what impresses me now is how easy RR can get a shot off and can get a bucket. Parang, because the last time, yung opensa niya hindi pa ganun kabuo nung the last time he was here dito sa MPBL. Ngayon, sa taon na pagbalik niya, parang mas madaling mas madaling basketball ngayon kay RR, although ang team niya tinatambakan ngayon.
Pero mga kontra-tempo mga tira niya talaga. It catches the defense off guard. Matter of fact, yung last game niya, he had 19 points and 9 rebounds, almost a double-double for RR.
Pasqua, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pasqua gets away. The drop pass to Bulacan. Valentino leaking out. Nabitawan ng bola. It will go back to Bulacan. So turnover number 13.
And second turnover for Esid Gabo. In the previous game, he had 3. So a little bit of calibration on how to connect on those passes with his teammates. Good spin.
Napoles comes up with a block on De Leon. Gabo. Oh, what a pass.
What a pass.
And a great finish from Mike De Gregorio. And for sure, we will be seeing a lot of this backcourt partnership this season. 10 points for Mike De Gregorio. Coach, yung Pangasinan ngayon, looking very strong. They will improve to 2-0.
Yep. And that's just a good start para dito kay Coach Gerson Cabiltes. I mean, sure, they had a lot of... It was a dogfight actually in that first game, in the first half of that win against Batam. But the good thing is they were able to recover, and they're continuing to play this way. And the minutes that the players are getting today against Bulacan would surely help on the chemistry side and execution para dito sa Heat Waves.
Yung goal dito is that they play the right way consistently for 40 minutes.
Agree.
And that's what we're seeing.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Good
RR
pass.
to Lervin Flores. Defensively, again, looking very strong. Under 3 minutes to play, may isa pang batch na papasok dito.
Oo nga. I feel like when you look at the minutes that they played, roughly about good 12 to 13 minutes for every player in Pangasinan today. And everyone already scoring. And that's... with Lervin Flores only the guy that's left without a point so far.
Well, may 4 na puntos na si Lervin
Yep.
Flores. And steal, tsaka assist, may block na rin siya. Halos kompleto na rin eh.
So importante nakadepensa pa rin kahit na 5-5-5. You'll get your minutes, but the defense, you gotta play it still. Yan ang hindi negotiable kay Coach Gerson Cabiltes.
Tama. Espiritu, too strong on the corner 3. Japs Bautista. All over, but the final score here, Mac Talio to Vince Tolentino. The handoff to King Gortiza. Fires a 3. No good. Rebounded De Leon. Last 2 minutes.
Tsaka gusto mo rin dito sa composition ng players ng mga Heatwaves with the system that's being used by Coach Gerson. He has very capable passers in his bigs, Vince, even Jay Collado, Mike Mabula, Vic Manuel. Even if you put them up on the high post or up there on top of the key, they'll still be able to find teammates who are freely roaming around inside.
In short, yung yung mga this is a high level team.
Right.
Okay. I think they're gonna contend for a championship this year. Pangasinan, with the way their lineup is composed now. We missed out on the playoffs last year, but
Yeah,
walang excuses tong team na to this year.
agree. And I think
All in eh.
Yeah.
They're all in.
Yeah, tsaka yung word na missed really is the key word there. I mean, 8 of those losses, 16 losses that they had were actually very close game. They ended up, 12-16 last season. If they won all those 8 close games, they would have been 20-8. And, surely enough, they'd be in the playoffs in that situation. So these guys are no pushovers. Speaking of the Heatwaves, lalo na this year when they really started getting all these other talents to help out the cause of the Heatwaves.
That's why, this is Liga natin. It's a long season, but every game counts. Because, for example, the Rizal QC, their only meeting ended with Rizal winning.
Okay.
Yeah, because 14-14 sila pareho. Pasok yung
That's right.
Tatlo sila, 14-14 yung Valenzuela.
Correct.
And sa quotient, pumasok ang Rizal.
Tsaka yung yung winning margin nila roughly about 15 points. Yung losing nila is about just a -6, and so you could tell how they try and compete against those close games. It's not like they're
Yung
losing double
Pangasinan
digits. Yeah, Pangasinan, yeah.
Kaya na-stress si Coach Gerson last year.
Mm.
Pero the thing with Pangasinan last year was also late na rin sila pumasok sila Coach Gerson.
Right. It was near the start of the season di ba? And so their only double-digit losses would be with Pampanga, where they lost by 24, and then Bataan, where they lost by 14. Everyone else was single digits.
Talaga?
Yeah.
Heartbreak kids tong Pangasinan Heatwaves last year.
Yeah.
88-51. Talio for 3. Bautista is fouled by Espiritu. Wala pa sa penalty ang Bulacan.
But I'm sure, if you're Coach Gerson, marami pang kailangang ayusin to his perspective. He's a guy that really drives perfection and demands that from his players. So they're challenging this last call on that foul on Marlon Espiritu. The Bulacan Kuyas are challenging it.
Move. Ayaw pa nila matapos 32.8 seconds remaining. Namang ang Pangasinan, 88-50. We'll be right back.
Challenge to get a successful challenge.
Shoot patuloy si Japs. 91-51. 40 points ang lamang dito ng Pangasinan. Shout out sa aking social media team sa MPBL. Saya Haruda, Paolo Ramos, syempre si Iko. Na sana hindi kayo, sana alert kayo kasi patapos na yung laro. And Pangasinan will go 2-0 after winning over Bulacan. 91-51 is our final score.
Yep.
They were cruising from start to finish. Itong Pangasinan Heat Waves. And you gotta like what you're seeing from the Heat Waves so far. I know the opponent isn't as strong as the one they faced in the last game, but they had to get the job done as well here today.
Yeah, matter of fact, walang relax pa rin para dito sa Pangasinan. You know,
Kuya Vic, parang wala pang 1 week siya talagang actually nakaka-attend ng ensayo namin. So, yun yung tinatrabaho namin. Tapos yung mga bago na mas familiarize dun sa mga plays namin, pati yung local namin.
Sino yung mga gusto mong pasalamatan sa any fans and supporters?
Una-una gusto kong batiin yung ninong ko ng Binyan, Mayor Jel Alonte. Wala pa, boss, sayang. Gov Monmon Guico, Dar Secretary Conrad Estrella, Kong Eskimo Estrella of Abono Party List, Mayor Cesar Kiambao, Boss Robert Kai of Boracay de la Ia, Mayor Art Celeste of Comolaya, Mayor Liam Cesar, Municipality of Rosales, Pangasinan, Kong Art Celeste, Boss FJ Dilim, at yung syempre yung family ko na laging sumusuporta sa akin, yung father-in-law ko nasa Abu Dhabi, pati mga kasama niya nanonood kahit anong oras, sumusuporta sa MPBL.
Once again, our best player of the game, Mike Mabulak, brought to us by 1xBet.